following is a presentation of the Pontywood Sports Network.
Everybody, welcome to a raining evening here in Hudson, Texas, just outside of Lufkin. It's been raining on and off. We are set up and ready to go here. First batter for the Rough Riders. It's going to be Greer, and he's going to take a strike. Mr. Locke is out. We were working on getting various cameras set up in the rain. We got a couple more to get done. And he's going to pop a high pop into left field. It's going to be caught for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the second batter, our pitcher tonight, Sutton Link. Jason Locke will be here shortly. And Link will step in. Mr. Locke is back. I'm going to take over the camera placement duties and turn it over to Mr. Locke here in just a second, the voice of Rough Rider Baseball. And that's going to be a nice pitch right on the corner for strike one. Nice curveball for strike two.
All right.
So, Mr. Locke, we're going to let you hand it over to you for a couple minutes while I try to. I'm going to try to get this camera in use here.
All right. Sounds good.
So we got 2 strikes, 0-2. And that's going to be just off the corner.
Link takes that pitch outside. 1-2 count, one away. And he hits the curveball, but it is a looper to second base, and they put it away for the out. Did not get a solid swing on that breaking pitch. Did what he could with it, just kind of floated out to second base. So 2 away now. Brings Easton Wolf to the plate. Wolf with some early action on Tuesday night. Had an RBI double to lead off. And starts with the curveball in for a strike. And this one low and away, goes all the way to the back of the fence. 1-1. Things are pretty damp out here tonight, folks. There's a light sprinkle. It's been sprinkling off and on all afternoon, so probably expect a couple of baseballs to get away just from being wet. Another curveball, swing and a miss. Count now 1-2 to Wolf with 2 away. And a hard fastball on the outside corner just misses. 2-2. And this curveball hit hard into center field. That's going to get past the center fielder. Wolf heads for 2. That one's going to bounce off the fence. And Wolf has a 2-out double. Good piece of hitting there. He gave that one a ride, folks. That one hopped and rolled all the way to the fence. So Jaden Lane comes to the plate with a chance here. Wolf in scoring position with 2 away. See if Jaden can keep the 2-out magic going here. And this one low, misses. Nice ballpark here in Hudson. All turf field, turf mound, everything's turf. They'll be able to play in wet conditions no matter what. And Jaden's going to hit this one. It's a looper. Shortstop goes out and calls for it and makes the play over his shoulder in shallow center field. So the Riders strand one at second base, and we'll go to the bottom of the first when we come back.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Batters Law Firm is proud to be a third-generation law firm serving the injured people of East Texas since 1964.
All right, welcome back, folks, for the bottom of the first inning. We're going to do our Napa starting lineup for tonight. Rough Riders are going to pitch Sutton Link. Got Jaden Lane behind the plate. Stockwell at first base. Emanis at second. Wolf at short. Greer holding down third tonight. Radney in left. Holloway in center field. And Chandler in right. So going with Link on the mound, right-hander. He's going to face Mendez, Bonacci, and Riggs. We appreciate Napa sponsoring our starting lineup. They've got a special deal going. If you're driving a diesel out there, their diesel power service fuel supplement is on sale right now. Go by your local Napa dealer there on Hurst Street and pick up some diesel fuel supplement. All right, everybody getting warmed up. It's still sprinkling, just kind of spitting on us tonight. You see sunshine out over left field, but everything else is kind of under a cloud.
Right, except us, we're all wet, Locke.
We're a little soggy up here. Nowhere to get out of the rain for us, but that's okay. We're going to keep going.
I didn't bring our umbrella because I didn't have any idea that it was going to be.
It was beautiful, the sunshiny in center all day. You're right.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Hornets, number 7, Buddy Mendez.
He's one of the reserves on both. Yeah, I saw him one.
And that fastball is going to be called high also, 2-0. We got a pretty good vantage point tonight. We are right behind home plate, about 25 feet from the plate itself. And it's a 3-0 count to Mendez. And a strike, 3-1. And that's going to be a ball high, so leadoff batter is on for the Hornets with a walk. That's going to bring up Bonacci.
Now batting number 1, Aiden Bonacci.
Bonacci is your shortstop. All right, no outs, man on first. And that pitch high. Link having to adjust a little bit, pitching off a all-turf mound. So the landing is a little different here. And a check swing strike, 1-1. Mendez with a good lead at first now. They're going to pick. And he's back. Saw the same thing we did. And Mendez breaks on the pitch. This is a hit and gets through second base. At third. The ball is
Now batting number 14, Ty Ruiz.
Go, Ty.
This one goes all the way to the backstop. It's a short backstop. Lane
By you.
previous one was, but he got the call this time. Time called at the plate. And that pitch stays high, 3-1. And a strike called. So Link able to come back. We got a full count now. No outs, man on third. And that one goes through the wickets all the way to the backstop. The run will score, and that's ball 4. So 2 runs are home for the Hudson Hornets, both on pass balls. There are no outs here in the first, and we still have a runner on first base. That's going to bring Horan to the plate. He is the DH for the team, batting in place of the starting pitcher. Another good lead at first base. And this pitch high. Link having a hard time getting his footing down. He's kind of shorting the, I don't know if the right term here, short-arming the ball a little bit and leaving it up. You've got wet turf that you're trying to land on. And this one outside. Lane doing a good job keeping that one in front of him.
Girls over there that you cannot talk to. Oh my God, it's Parker Hodges over there. We're not going to. I'm avoiding that.
I think this thing's got audio on it.
Watch the runner, kid, Larry.
Field, but they do ribeye steak sandwiches out of a concession stand, and it's pretty good stuff. Runner breaks for second. It is fouled at the plate. So here in a couple of innings, if things go kind of real quiet on the broadcast, there's nothing wrong. We're just having a ribeye.
That's right.
The very nice young lady here from Hudson next to us has already shown us her bottle of A1 steak sauce that she brings to the ballpark. That's a dedicated fan.
That's a smart fan. There's a nice
And
curveball.
big curveball from Link, and he gets a K. So the first strikeout for Link, and he catches
Now batting number 4.
the designated hitter watching that big curveball drop in for strike 3. So finally, one away here. Brings up Ibarra. Ibarra's the third baseman. Still has a man at first base. And a good fastball in for strike 1 from Link. Same pitch, just a hair low, so 1-1. Link's got a pretty good move to first base. You have to watch how well the footing works out there on that wet turf. And this is going to be hit and headed foul down the first base line and out of play. So the count now 1-2. And this is going to be a turn in the middle.
Foul batter, number 16, Ryder Albritton.
That's going to bring Albritton to the plate. He's the catcher for the Hudson Hornets. Coach Greer comes out, gives a signal to Lane. He's going to jog out and talk to Link for a minute. Just kind of make sure everybody's on page here. With one out, you're getting kind of low in the batting order. Could get a bunt play any minute now. Don't know if that might have been the conversation. And a good fastball, strike 1.
Interesting one. I just noticed something. And typically, isn't the home dugout down the first base line?
It usually is. There's no hard rule with that.
Right.
And that pitch is high and out and well out of the strike zone there. But you're right. You will see different ballparks in different places where the home dugout will be down the third base side,
which is what we have here.
Which is the way Hudson sets up. And this is hit sharply but foul. Yeah, it's pretty much up to the home team to pick a dugout.
Right.
A lot of teams you'll see pick, believe it or not, by where the sun is setting.
Yeah, right.
Or they'll pick close to bathrooms, or
right.
They decide they want the home stands near the concessions. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And this one's fouled back out of play. All right, the count now 1-2 to the batter. We've got one away, runners at second and third. Ryder still in on the grass, trying to cut the run down at home plate. And the curveball is hit softly. Wolf's going to look them back and go one. So they take the out at first. Good job by Wolf. Looked the runner back at third and threw a bullet to first base to get out number 2. It's going to bring Williams to the plate. Two outs, runners at second and third. And a good pitch there. Called low, ball 1. Appreciate Sabine State Bank bringing you the Hudson Series. Steve Waters over at Sabine. If you need a loan or need a new bank account, go see Steve and his folks. They'll fix you up. They pick in behind the runner at second. He is back safe. Not sure, but Steve looks like a baseball player.
He does.
I wonder if somebody's going to have to let us know if Steve Waters is a ball player, but this is hit sharply but foul down the third baseline.
We know he plays tennis.
I know he plays
tennis.
He's a
huge tennis player.
He's an athletic-looking guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's a baseball player, but he's here to support these Rough Riders in their Hudson Series, and we appreciate Sabine State Bank doing that. Right over there on Hurst Street, not far from my office. I can look across the parking lot and wave at Steve. Of course, I wave about 3 o'clock because that's banker's hours when Steve goes home. I think he gets there around 10-ish, goes home around 3. And a big swing and a miss. So it's now 1-2.
Looks like it may turn out to be a pretty night here.
It's gorgeous back behind us. I wish the angle right over my right shoulder, first base line, is absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
Still got a little bit of clouds out over the field. Temperatures dropped a little bit after the rain. And
got him.
Curveball, strike 3. They're going to double up over at first just to make sure. And Link with another K. But they give up 2 here in the bottom of the first. It's 2-0 Hudson. You're listening on NETSN. We'll be right back.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank. You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trip. For the 4th of July barbecue to the house warming in the fall to your Christmas shopping, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place. People come to Covington Lumbers for construction projects, and one of those, paint projects. Whether it's exterior or interior, Covington's has you covered. With the Farrell Calhoun brand, over 120 years of excellence, vivid colors.
For paint, it's Covington's.
Imagine what it would be like to be your tire.
That's not good, man. Watch where you're going.
It ain't easy work, so you don't want to trust it to just any old tire. No, you take your car and truck to Center Tire. It's an old tradition with a new chapter under Trey Burns, because being a tire is hard work.
Are we there yet?
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trip. For the 4th of July barbecue to the house warming in the fall to your Christmas shopping, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place. People come to Covington Lumbers for construction projects, and one of those, paint projects. Whether it's exterior or interior, Covington's has you covered. With the Farrell Calhoun brand, over 120 years of excellence, vivid colors.
For paint, it's Covington's.
Imagine what it would be like to be your tire.
That's not good, man. Watch where you're going.
It ain't easy work, so you don't want to trust it to just any old tire. No, you take your car and truck to Center Tire. It's an old tradition with a new chapter under Trey Burns, because being a tire is hard work.
Are we there yet?
All right, welcome back, folks. We are coming up the top of the second inning here in Hudson. Rough Riders taking on the Hornets. It's been raining all afternoon, so the field's a little bit damp. I think it's finally quit raining for the moment. We had kind of a little slow drizzle for about the first 15-20 minutes of the ball game, just enough to get everything nice and wet, but it's going to dry out now. So the Riders are going to send Stockwell to the plate. We got Trenton Stockwell, Colt Emanis, and Jackson Holloway will come to the plate for the Riders here in the top of the second inning. Williams, big righty, on the mound for Hudson, and Stockwell's going to hit the first pitch he sees a mile high into left field, and the left fielder is going to put it away. So that was Wagner taking care of business for Hudson. So now Emanis comes up. And he takes low and outside, ball one. So are those the those are the famous funnel cake fries that they do here in Hudson? And a strike on the corner makes it 1-1. So not only do you get ribeye steak sandwiches, you get funnel cake fries.
That's right.
And that pitch called low. 2-1. Yeah, this may be a very quiet ball game from the broadcast standpoint.
Well, Hudson may win the concession stand battle of the district.
So this one fouled back, 2-2. They are definitely ahead of things. There is a long line at the concession stand.
Right, once they started serving them, the Sharks came out.
Well-deserved long line. Oh, and that one got above Emanis' head, had to duck out of the way, 3-2.
Folks, we're trying to get our scoreboard all dried out, so we're having issues, I think.
Oh, and he watches strike three, and Emanis is going to go down. So 2 away here in the top of the second.
Now batting number 6, Jackson Holloway.
Holloway comes to the plate with 2 outs. And a big curveball misses high. And a fastball evens the count, 1-1. And this is hit hard into shallow right. Right fielder's going to make a play, and the Riders go 1-2-3 on the inning. It's still 2-0. We'll come back for the bottom of the second here on NETSN.
Hey, if you're like me, lots of stuff is collected off up at your homestead. Call it down home clutter. Well, There's a place for it. You ain't got to have a garage sale or a bonfire. You can take your down-home stuff to down-home storage. That's what I did.
For over a generation, Tomlin Insurance Store has provided life, home, ranch, and farm insurance for the people of Shelby County. Beginning with Judge John Tomlin and his wife Ann, new owners Matt and Mallory Snyder have cut the ribbon on a new tradition, providing insurance for farm families by farm families. In Shelby County, that's a tradition worth protecting. Tomlin Insurance Store. Do you own a plot of land? If you do, no matter what the size or the makeup of that plot, Bird Forestry needs to be on your side. They like to say, it's your forest. Let Bird Forestry help you manage it.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second.
And
nice breaking ball, but it just misses.
Breaking ball, boy, I tell you what, the strike zone is tight tonight. For both sides, it's being called evenly, but it is tight. And this one's popped up and fouls out of play. This is Wagner at the plate, the 8-hole hitter. We'll see 8, 9, and 1. That one fouled back, makes it 1 and 2. And that one's fastball in the dirt, 2-2. Curveball popped up and headed foul and out of play. Saw something interesting when we were here setting up tonight. Saw a couple of Marines get out of a car in a Class A uniform.
Yeah.
Asked around a little bit. We thought it might be some kind of scholarship night or something. They called it recruitment night. And this one hit softly. Greer comes across from third and makes the play on the run. Nice job by Greer. Gets the out at first base. Back to the story. So they said it was recruitment night. Hudson has a night each spring where they invite all of the different branches of the armed services, Coast Guard, everybody comes in. And any students interested in that come to recruitment night, and you could hear them yelling and screaming. They lined them up, marched them around. This one is fouled off of Jaden Lane's face mask. But I thought that was kind of different. That's kind of interesting. But, yeah, we could hear them yelling and marching and giving them a little taste of what it'd be like to join one of the armed forces. Quite a few kids were there, and they had their parents and people with them. So
it's an interesting recruiting strategy.
Interesting thing to do with on high school campus. I kind of like the idea, having a brother who serves our country. And let's go for it. The 0-2 pitch is going to be fouled down the third base line. Good play by the Hudson coach. So Link ahead here, 0-2 with one out. And he kind of reaches and just taps it foul. Stockwell makes the play and puts it away. So Stockwell had to drift off first base, and the ball was curving pretty good, but he was able to get a glove on it, and there's 2 outs.
Now batting number 7, Buddy Mendez.
Back to the top of the order, this is Mendez. He walked in the bottom of the first, later scored a run. And he hits a fastball a mile high into right. Chandler comes in for it and makes the play. So the Riders with a 1-2-3 inning, and they're back in the dugout. They'll pick up the bats and try to make up these 2 runs when we come back on NETSN.
Granny B's Snow Cone Center is your source for great summer treats. It begins with quality shaved ice. From there you get everything from the single colored snow cone to a really creative summer treat. And besides, the counselor likes it. They're also your home for Dippin' Dots. They've been supporting the Rough Riders for a mighty long time. So pull up to the window at Granny B's and let them serve you something special.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Father, for lunch today, I would like a salad.
Father, for lunch, I'd like one of those American cheeseburgers.
I'm a vegetarian.
Cheeseburger. That's what I
need.
Ice cream. Oh, when everyone in your family thinks they're royalty, take them someplace where they can all get something good. Dairy Queen.
What's that old State Farm slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there? Well, that could not be a better description than Chris Mayfield of Mayfield State Farm. Since he came to town close to 20 years ago now, he has been the quintessential good neighbor. It's the same thing true of his insurance agency, Chris Mayfield State Farm. JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future.
Everybody, welcome back. Here's Colin Chandler up here to bat for the Rough Riders in the top of the third. They trail 2-0.
Fastball inside, misses, ball 1. Chandler batting in the 8th spot tonight. Be Chandler, Radney, and Greer back to the top of the order. And that one low as well, 2-0. That one got the umpire on the toe. Don't let him walk around a little bit. That does not feel good.
No.
Coach Greer is smiling, but I'm sure it's because it's such a pretty day out. Has nothing to do with the fact the umpire got hit on the foot. We would never revel in someone else's misery, even if he is an umpire.
That's right. But Coach Greer is giving some extra coaching to give the umpire a little bit of time to shake it off.
Yeah. I think the coaching was, umpire's hurting real good. Yep. You got 2 balls. Let's take one more and see what happens.
Yep. I don't know. I'm out investing some steel-toed shoes.
They wear those fiberglass covers, but if the ball hits just right,
that's right down the
and there's a strike in right on the knees, the ball hits just right, it will either get under that or it'll catch you right on the end of the toe, and there's nothing you can do. 2-1 count.
Just imagine, everybody's kind of stubbed their toe.
That one way inside, 3-1. You know, it's kind of like the old adage, well, I got a bulletproof vest on, but if you actually get shot, it hurts. real bad.
Yeah. I don't know that, but I would imagine it does.
Yeah, and so picture some of these kids and a ball 4 walk, and Chandler's on to lead things off here in the top of the third. But you got some of these guys in here throwing in the mid to high 80s, and you catch one of those right on the end of the toe, whether you got steel toes on or not, it's gonna hurt.
Gonna clang like a bell, like being in inside of a bell when it rings.
All right. Radney comes to the plate with a man on first and no outs.
So Chan's got a decent lead over there at first.
Chandler doesn't even have to step toward the bag. He just falls. He's about 9 foot tall.
Right.
And when he reaches out with his arms, he covers a lot of room there. Shows bunt, and bunts through a strike. Good idea from Radney here in the no outs, man on first situation. The ball was just in the dirt. He wasn't able to pull back in time. So I'm guessing he's going to get one more bunt attempt here. Not much of a lead at first base. Here comes the bunt. They're going to pick it first. No problem there. And the curveball is going to hit Radney, and the Riders catch a big break there. And they've got the first two men on here in the top of the third, and we're back to the top of the order with Greer.
All right, so the Riders have a little something cooking here.
Bruises go away, but glory lasts forever. Radney taking one on the foot there. So we'll see what Greer's got cooking. Greer with a lot of speed. Not sure that with no outs, surely he's going to let him swing away here. Hudson brings the corners in just in case.
Of course, a little drag bunt action here. I know we've
seen Greer do that. Yeah, we've seen him do that. Calls for time at the plate. He does square to bunt, pulls back and takes the ball low.
A lot of our games, the Riders have jumped out on top and they have been caught.
We have a tendency to do that.
It'd be nice if we reversed the roles tonight.
Shows bunt. Everybody shifts. They're going to turn and do the no throw to second. Awful lot of action and nothing happens. So we've also seen Greer show bunt early, and then once the defense shifts, he pulls back and slashes. So not sure what's going to happen here. Shows bunt, lays it down, and foul. That was the perfect pitch to bunt. Had an inside fastball. He just caught it a little bit fat, and it went foul right away. So 1-1 count. All right, Coach Greer gets his signs in. Here we go. Showing bunt early. Pulls back and slashes and swings through a good curveball from Williams. Count now 1-2, so he is definitely swinging here. Way ahead in the count. I would expect that curveball again.
Absolutely.
He is not going to get a pitch to hit, not with two on in this situation. Williams comes with a low fastball, swing and a miss from Greer, and he goes down on strikes.
Now batting number 4, Sutton Link.
Not much he could do with that. Even if he put a bat on it, it's just going to trickle back on the infield. That ball was about an inch off the turf. All right, so now with one out, Sutton Link comes to the plate.
The Rough Riders need to take advantage of this situation.
And curveball misses outside. Williams has got a nice looking curve, but he keeps it really low.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of what you want, right?
Yeah, the only issue here with runners on is you know, a pass ball is pretty likely with a curveball spinning in the dirt. It's just a dangerous pitch to throw with 2 men on. Comes back with a fastball outside. It's 2-0. But if it's your best pitch, you throw it, and you got to have confidence to throw it in just about any count and just about any situation. Williams certainly has that. Hard fastball right down the middle, and Link not able to get on top of that, and it goes out of play, foul.
So 2-1 here. Got you see the lead. We got it first.
Big curveball, and that one gets the outside corner. 2-2. Ball gets away from Williams. Everybody was looking at Coach Greer to get their signals, however, and did not see it happen. Not sure it would have been an opportunity for another bag, but all right, so now 2-2 count with 1 out. Runners at first and second. Hard fastball misses low, full count. All right, so that changes the metric a little bit. A full count, 1 out. Link should get something to do here at the plate. And that fastball was hot, but it was a little bit off the plate. Ball 4, and the bags are full of Rough Riders.
With the man, this is who we want to up.
Number 11 takes a slow walk to the batter's box.
He's 1 for 1. He spanked the ball.
Hit a 2-run double his first at bat, so he'll come to the plate here with 1 out and bases loaded.
Yeah, there's nowhere to put him.
Williams stayed away from him, but left a curveball hanging, and Easton took it to center field in his first at bat. Hits this one a chopper. It's going to go over the bag. And they do call him out at second and first. I thought he was past the bag, but the shortstop able to catch and said he drug his foot over the bag at the same time. A tough break for the Rough Riders. So we're still down 2-0 here in Hudson when we come back.
The following fine sponsors back our area teams all season long. They include Batters Law Firm. When your case matters, it's got to be Batters. Portacool, keeping you cool with the new Apex series. And Sandy Cox State Farm, your county-wide good neighbor. NETSN and Pinewood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops in tires, now expanding their service. And Covington Lumber, your third-generation supply store and lumber yard.
Everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that. We are making some adjustments to our cameras. Again, we had a late start getting out here because of the rain, and man, it's like it's clouding up again. But it looks like we're going to be able to get this thing in.
All right, folks, Benaki comes to the plate. Link on the mound for the Rough Riders, pitching well. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 this inning. This is hit sharply in the gap into left field. Greer made a diving play, but that ball was spanked. So a leadoff single for Benaki.
Now batting number 14, Ty Riggs.
It's going to bring Riggs to the plate. No outs, man on first. Good lead over at first base. And the curveball is swung. It is a swing and bunt. Lane has no choice but to go to first and makes a good play on a strong throw from Lane to get the out. That was just literally just tapped that ball. It rolled about a foot in front of home plate. Lane did a good job getting out of there. So that brings up the cleanup hitter. This is Horan, the DH, or Horan, not sure. So 1 out, runner at second base. Good hard fastball. It's going to be hit to second, and Emanis goes to first for the out. Runner advances to third, but the Riders now have 2.
Now batting number 4, Beto Ibarra.
Number 4, Ibarra comes up with 2 outs. Link being pretty efficient here. Got 2 outs on about 4 pitches. Big curveball hangs just a little, and that's going to be trickled into center field for a base hit RBI. Ibarra caught that right on the tip of the bat, just able to lift it out of the infield, and a run scores for the Hornets. So it's now 3-0 Hudson.
Now batting number 16, Ryder Albritton.
Albritton's coming to the plate next for the Hornets. 2 outs, man on first base. And another fastball's hit softly into right. Shouldn't be a problem for Chandler, and that's the end of the inning. But the Hudson Hornets add another run. It's 3-0 Hudson here on NETSN. We'll be right back.
Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and best of Lufkin votes over the last several years. If your case matters, it's got to be Batters.
Hi, everybody, welcome back. Riders down 3-0 here as we go to the top of the fourth, and there are some scary rain clouds now showing up.
Yeah, it is midnight over left field right now. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get this ball game in. There's a lot of action weather-wise to the south of us right now, so hopefully it'll hold off long enough to get this game done. Got Lane, Stockwell, and Emanis coming to the plate for the Rough Riders. They're down 3-0 here. Top of the fourth. Need to get a little something going. Just the opposite of what happened last week. Hopefully on Friday night, the Riders jumped out to an early lead, held it for three and a half innings, and then gave up the lead in the fourth. We'll see if we can pay that back here.
Number 23, Jaden Lane. Let's go, Jaden.
So Jaden going to start things off. And Williams delivers curveball high.
That was closer than I thought it was going to be when it left his hand.
Yeah, didn't get quite the bite that his curveballs had tonight. He's been keeping them pretty low. The catcher's had to jog over. He's got a little bit of an equipment thing. Coach fixes a strap for him on his chest protector, and he's coming back. But yeah, that one hung up on him just a hair. That's what happened to Wolf in the first inning. Curveball just kind of hung coming out of Williams' hand, and Wolf did not miss it. And Lane took a cut. Not able to connect there. It's 1-1. Fastball right at the knees, and he takes it for strike two. All right, we are happy to report that the ribeye sandwich is everything it's supposed to be, folks.
Yep, that's really good.
And this one in a little too tight, 2-2. Did not have to go to the A1 steak sauce.
No.
They do a good job here at the concession stand. Polished off our first order of funnel cake fries.
Right. We may have a second course.
May have to double check those. And this curveball hit by Lane. It's going to trickle to second base, and they make the out. Jaden did a good job of keeping his hands set for that pitch. Just wasn't able to square it up like he'd hoped. Came softly off the bat. Trenton Stockwell comes in with one away. Looks like the Marine Corps has landed. They are bringing in.
They're coming in so they can find some more folks.
Are they passing out Chick-fil-A sandwiches?
Oh, nice
hit.
This
is ripped by Stockwell into right field, and there'll be a throw at first.
It was hit so hard.
It literally, he almost hit himself into being thrown out at first base. He hit that ball well. Right fielder came up throwing. Stockwell had to burn it. Hey, we might get a Chick-fil-A sandwich out of this deal. We got a couple of U.S. Marine Corps guys walking around. I think they've been at recruitment night, and they're getting rid of some extra sandwiches.
They had a few extra Chick-fil-A sandwiches left.
Nice of them to do that, passing them out through the stands here. All right, so Stockwell on at first base. Emanis at the plate, one away, and that pitch is outside, ball one.
Once again, the weather seems to have fouled up our scoreboard. We are stuck at 2 outs, and it's been that way. And I have done every possible thing I could do.
Just ignore the 2 outs on the scoreboard. We'll keep you abreast of the proper count. Good fastball. They're going to throw behind Stockwell. He's back, no problem.
So it's 1-1.
I find it not ironic that the two Marine Corps guys who are obviously recruiters have found the group of 7 or 8 young men,
yes,
students that are all gathered up in the stands, and they are suddenly passing out sandwiches and I'm sure doing a little mild recruiting.
That's right. You too can deliver Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
That's right. So 1-1 count with 1 away. Stockwell still at first base. See if Emanis can get something to hit, and he swings through a curveball. Strike 2. So Coach Greer taking a lot of time to get some signals in. And here we go. And a good fastball, and Emanis goes down on strikes. That was too good to pass up, but it was a little bit outside. I don't know that he could have done anything with it. So that's going to bring Jackson Holloway to the plate. 2 outs now. Stockwell at first.
If you're a right-handed hitter, you just have to kind of push that in the right field, I think.
Yeah, either that or just tap it and just try to foul it. It's about all you can do. Big
nice
curveball,
pitch.
strike 1. Williams really feeling that curveball now. He's got a good bite on it the last few pitches. And that one outside, 1-1. And here comes the Marines.
Yep.
You want a Chick-fil-A?
Oh, I'm good, but we should talk to them though.
Yeah. So we're live streaming. You got a minute to tell some folks about what you're doing tonight here with the Marine Corps? We're not going to put you on camera, but what were y'all just?
I got you. Understand?
Got you. Okay.
Well, these fellas out here coming around. I guess there was a recruitment night here in Hudson. I think you've talked about that, Jason. We have these two nice fellas here.
Had several students here at Hudson in for recruitment night.
Oh,
and
ball 4.
And Jackson is going to walk here. All right, so this will be Colin Chandler coming up. He's got 2 men on and 2 outs. See if Chandler can get something going. Yeah, the gentleman explained the Marine Corps has a policy. He's not allowed to talk on air or be broadcast without permission, and I understand that. But we wanted to mention them out here doing their duty tonight.
Yep.
Williams taking a long time here.
Hit
Chandler
that a mile
fouls
high.
This one.
That's going to get out of
play. Thank goodness. The left fielder was almost there, and that ball kept curving and curving and curving. Finally got out.
Tell you what, he was on his horse. If it had stayed in play, he would have gotten it.
All right, so a long strike makes it 0-2 here with 2 outs. Chandler going to have to work hard. He's fixing to see a slew of curveballs.
Yep. Of course, we'll see what he does with a left-handed hitter.
And throws fastball, but it gets away from him a little high there. So 1-2. If you have a changeup, now's the time to throw it, but I hadn't seen Williams pull one out of the toolkit yet. And the curveball misses inside.
Yep. That was close.
So 2-2. Coach Greer telling Chandler, stand in there. Here comes your pitch. This is the one he worked for. 2 on, 2 out. And this one hit hard, and it's going to get picked up by the shortstop. He goes to third, and they're able to get the out.
Oh.
Tough luck there. Ball hit very hard, but it was hit right at the shortstop, who's able to turn it into an out. And we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. It is 3-0 Hudson here on NETSN.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trip. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place. People come to Covington Lumbers for construction projects, and one of those, paint projects. Whether it's exterior or interior, Covington's has you covered. With the Farrell Calhoun brand, over 120 years of excellence, vivid colors.
For paint, it's Covington's.
Imagine what it would be like to be your tire.
That's not good, man. Watch where you're going.
It ain't easy work, so you don't want to trust it to just any old tire. No, you take your car and truck to Center Tire. It's an old tradition with a new chapter under Trey Burns, because being a tire is hard work.
Are we there yet?
All right, folks, welcome back here for the bottom of the fourth. And Link starts Williams, the opposing pitcher, off with a good curveball, strike one. Going to face Williams, Wagner, and Dickerson, 7, 8, 9. And this is lifted high into center field. Holloway's going to have an easy opportunity and puts it away. Williams gave it a good ride, but got a little bit too much under it.
Now batting number 6, Carter Wagner.
Link kind of settling in here. Being pretty efficient. That was a 2-pitch out. This fastball lifted into right. Chandler goes back, still drifting, and makes the play. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Now batting number 9, Jace Dickerson.
All right, this is Dickerson. Link with a hard fastball just misses on the outside corner.
I'd rung it up as a strike. I thought it was a good pitch.
I thought it looked good too. It's almost the exact same pitch, but they're both going as balls here. Pretty tight strike zone. And this one hit hard to third. Greer swallows it, comes up throwing, and the Riders have a 1-2-3 inning. And we'll be back for the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Hudson here on NETSN from Hudson, Texas.
Ricky Andrews Construction is your choice for construction projects, large or small. He's the local expert in tile work, and he'll do a painting job for you of any size.
And he can work wonders with a bathroom. Give him a call or find him on Facebook. Do you own a plot of land? If you do, no matter what the size or the makeup of that plot, Bird Forestry needs to be on your side. They like to say, it's your forest. Let Bird Forestry help you manage it.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name, and they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
Everybody, welcome back. We go to the top of the fifth. Riders trail 3-0. Link pitching pretty well tonight. 3 runs on 3 hits. Rough Riders had a couple hits, but stranded a bunch of runners. And find themselves down just by 3. So we're going to have Radney, followed by Greer and Link here in the 5th. And thanks to Steve Waters at Sabine State Bank for being the title sponsor of this series.
Now batting number 12, Jason Radney.
He's going to bring up number 12, Radney. Mr. Locke.
All right, so the Radney comes to the plate. We'll go 9-1-2 here in the top of the 5th. Strike call 1-1.
Now it's got evening time. We can't tell where the clouds are, what they're doing.
It is pitch black out here tonight.
Oh, swings through ball 2.
That was a good fastball, a little high and outside. Radney offered at it. 1-2. That one in the dirt, 2-2. Well, technically no dirt, just turf.
Right. You know, it used to seeing a lot of turf, but still, normally the pitcher's mound is still dirt.
Yeah, this being a turf pitcher's mound is a little different.
Oh,
big curveball
nice
is going to hang Radney out to dry, and it's a call 3 strike. I think that was part of the issue early on. We had a couple of hit batsmen and a few walks because I think both pitchers were having a hard time getting some footing on that wet mound.
Yeah.
I think they've kind of gotten used to it over the last couple of innings, and both pitchers now kind of getting in a groove here.
I was saying while you were gone, I mean, Link's pitched well here this evening.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Sutton and how he's throwing the ball, being very efficient. He's pounding the strike zone. He is pitching to contact, and they're hitting it in the air, and we're making clean outs. So Greer takes a strike here, back to the top of the order for the Riders. Big curveball.
Oh, I was going to say it missed.
And the catcher held that for a long time, but it's 1-1. Fastball outside, 2-1. And that one comes inside under the hands, and they call that a strike. Boy, I tell you what, if Greer hadn't kind of hopped back, that would have hit him. 2-2. And the big curveball misses high. Yeah, I'd tell the umpire he needs to brush the plate off, but there's no dirt out there.
Yeah.
Have to go to ABS technology to check that pitch. And the curveball catches Greer inside for strike 3.
Now batting number 4, Sutton Link.
All right, Sutton Link comes to the plate with 2 outs, trying to help his own cause here. Fastball in right on the knees, strike 1.
I mean, that's just a difficult pitch to handle.
There's really nothing you can do with it other than foul it off. Comes back, curveball, and it gets outside, 1-1. I actually like the strike call for the curveball better than I did the fastball. I think the curve was over the plate. And this one's going to be fouled back over our head. Strike 2. Link trying to keep things alive here with 2 outs.
Oh,
and
bye-bye.
the curveball for strike 3.
Oh,
and
it was a
Williams
nice
has
pitch.
another victim. Still 3-0 here in Hudson. We'll be right back.
These Pineywood sponsors back our county teams. First National Bank in Tenaha backs the Tigers. Kay's Hardware in Joaquin backs the Rams. Rancho Grande in NETSN and Pineywood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops in tires, now expanding their service.
And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumber yard.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
Sparky D's Bargain Store.
Sparky D's Bargain Store. Ooh.
Sparky D's Bargain Store.
Everybody, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Hudson's going to send the top of the order, Mendez, Benaki, and Riggs to the plate. Mendez takes ball 1. And ball 2, little high fastball there. Got away from Link.
Ooh.
A little bit better pitch there, and Link's asking where it is. 3-0 count. Comes back, same pitch, gets called strike there, 3-1. And ball 4, and the leadoff man is on with a walk here in the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th, rather.
Now batting number 1, Aiden Benassi.
Let's go, baby.
So with a man on first, Benaki comes up for the Hornets. Big lead at first base. Fastball is going to be hit into shallow right. Chandler's on the horse and makes the play in right field.
Now batting number 14, Ty Riggs.
So with one out, Riggs comes up. Good fastball on the outside. Strike one. Good lead over at first base. They're going to check. And the ball gets away from Stockwell. And Mendez is going to stop at second base. Not sure what happened. The ball came out of Link's hand funny and kind of hopped in front of first base. Stockwell wasn't expecting the bounce. Ball got past him. So now with one out, the runner is at second, takes the force out. This is going to be hit down the right field line, but foul. And that ball trickled out, there we go, trickled out onto the playing field. We'll have to give them a moment to retrieve that. So 0-2 count. And the big curveball misses high. This would be a fantastic time for a twice-the-eye strikeout for Link. And this is going to be hit sharply up the middle for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner. Holloway makes the throw, but he's going to come in standing up. And batter goes all the way to second for a RBI double. So Riggs making the most of that. Scores the run and turns it into a double with the overthrow. It's now 4-0 Hudson here in the bottom of the fifth with one away.
Are they going to get?
So did they call a balk on Link? I believe they did. So somewhere with Link stepping on or off the rubber, they called a balk. So the runner moves to third, and Link opens up with a good curveball, strike one. I saw the runner take off the bag, and I was watching him and not Link, so I don't know what the call was. Another good fastball on the corner for strike two. So 0-2 count here. Delivers. This is flaring, going, just fair. That fell about 3 inches fair down the right field line, and another run comes in. And a end of the bat flare into right field turns into an RBI double for the Hudson Hornets.
Now batting number 4, Beto Ibarra.
Just caught everybody in between. There's just nothing you can do on a play like that. So once again, one out, man on second. This is pop high, drifting, and out of play. Score's now 5-0 Hudson. They put 2 on the board here in the bottom of the fifth. Runner calls time at the plate. And Link steps off. These middle innings have just been a nightmare for the Rough Riders the last 3 or 4 games.
Yes.
They'll either jump out to a 2 or 3 run lead, and then 4th, 5th inning, things start to come apart. In this case, they got behind a couple of runs, and here we are in those middle innings again. They're going to have to dig deep here to get out of this 5th inning. 1 out, runner at second base. Good pitch from Link, strike 2.
You're right, Locke. I mean, it's just 3-0, 2-0, 3-0. You feel like you string something together. 5 or 6-0, it becomes much more difficult.
And the curveball induces a foul down the right field line. You're absolutely right. I asked Coach Greer about it before the game. We took a moment, and he said, it's just been tough. With a 2 or 3 run lead, we just haven't been able to finish the game. And he's right about that. We've called several of those. Tonight, things haven't really had a big inning blow up on them, but a run here, a couple of runs there, and they're down 5-0 in the 5th. Big curveball is going to be lifted on the infield. Wolf calls for it. Emanis calls him off. I'm sorry. Emanis made the call and made the play. Good job out there. So now 2 away.
Batting number 16, Ryder Allred.
Runner stays at second base. Albritton, the catcher, comes up. Fastball is hit hard to second. Emanis makes another out, and the Riders are out of the inning. Not before they give up 2 more, so it is 5-0 Hudson. We're on NETSN. We'll be right back.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trip. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place. People come to Covington Lumbers for construction projects, and one of those, paint projects. Whether it's exterior or interior, Covington's has you covered. With the Farrell Calhoun brand, over 120 years of excellence, vivid colors.
For paint, it's Covington's.
Imagine what it would be like to be your tire.
That's not good, man. Watch where you're going.
It ain't easy work, so you don't want to trust it to just any old tire. No, you take your car and truck to Center Tire. It's an old tradition with a new chapter under Trey Burns, because being a tire is hard work.
Are we there yet?
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name, and they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
All right, everybody, we go to the top of the 6th. Riders down 5-0 here. Mr. Locke, we got to get something going. I mean, unfortunately, this may be the last time Wolf bats.
Yeah, we're running out of outs here. We'll bring Wolf, Lane, and Stockwell to the plate. All three swinging the bat pretty well tonight. Just can't string much together. We'll see if Wolf can get on base and see if his teammates can work him around. We are running out of time.
Yeah, normally he's the guy we want up to bat with runners on base because he's the one that's going to be likely going to be able to drive them in.
As Reggie Jackson once said, he is the straw that stirs the drink.
That's right.
For the Rough Riders. Just only had one situation to do some damage tonight and got under one and popped it up. Had a great hit for a double in the first at bat, but there wasn't anybody on.
Well, he hit into a double play. Unfortunately, he struck it. Had been on first and second with one out, and he hit one. That was the one where the ghost.
It was a ghost play at second base. It was very questionable. The shortstop caught the ball on this side, on second base side of the bag, and they gave him the out at second base. So
that's always been kind of a fiction anyway, right, on those.
Yeah, I mean, they give you a little leeway, but you at least have to be touching the bag when you field the ball.
Right.
And I'm not sure that he was doing either one. All right, so Wolf steps in. We're in the top of the 6th. He's going to lead things off here for the Riders. They need to get some base runners. Williams still on the bump. Got a whole bunch of zeros up there. I think he's going to stay out as long as he can. Curveball ripped into the gap, into left field, and a base hit. First pitch that Easton sees, he takes it to left field for a base hit single. Doesn't get much better than that, folks.
Nope.
Textbook. Let's see if Lane can keep this train running. Wolf over at first, always a threat to go. Might see a little action on the bases here, down 5 runs. And Jaden gets a fastball and just gets under it and fouls it back. Wolf is going. The ball gets by the catcher and goes to the fence, and Wolf stands up with a stolen base. All right, now Jaden has an opportunity with Wolf standing at second. No outs here. See if he can bring a runner around. Curveball falls in for a strike. That was a tough one to take. That curveball crossed the plate chest high. Jaden took a long look back at the umpire like, really? One-two count. Wolf goes for third. Jaden hits it and just foul. It was a foot outside the bag at third. Great idea and almost pulled it off. Wolf had third base stolen. He had a huge secondary lead. They're going to hold him a little tighter here with the shortstop. Curveball misses inside 2-2. Long time in between pitches here for Williams. Fastball is going to be fouled over the dugout. Jaden hanging in there.
Again, there are no outs right now, so obviously need to get Wolf home, but we need to get some more base runners too.
Absolutely. Not sure what the conversation is here. The coach sent the catcher out to the pitcher's mound. They both turned and looked in the dugout, so not sure if maybe they think Wolf picked up some signals and they're changing things up. Don't know what's going on out there, but that was not the catcher going out. That was the coach sending the catcher out. All right, 2-2 count to Jaden. Wolf at second. And the curveball misses low. Full count. Whew, that was a tough pitch to take.
Yep.
Jaden did a good job. That one came in perfect, but it just died right at his feet. And he drives this one towards second. Second baseman's going to go to first. Made it a tough play over there.
Yeah.
First baseman almost missed that. But they do get Lane at first, so there's one out, and Wolf is standing at third. All right, Trenton Stockwell comes up. So Wolf's where we wanted him to be. Lane able to get the runner over. Now it's up to Stockwell. Curveball misses high. Stockwell bounces one off the plate, foul. 1-1. Oh, and the big curveball, Stockwell saw it coming, could not get his hands out there fast enough. 1-2. His back door was swinging one way and his hands were swinging another. And the fastball high, and he goes down on strikes. 2 outs.
Now batting number 1, Colt Jimenez.
All right. Colt Jimenez comes to the plate with 2 outs and Wolf at third. See if Colt can get it done here. Fastball outside, misses low. Good fastball, swung and a miss. That's the best pitch Jimenez is going to see in this at bat.
Probably so. Big curveball coming, I would imagine. Nope, he comes right back in.
High fastball, caught the top of the zone. I'm surprised that was. I was thinking curveball too. 1-2.
He's just coming right after Jimenez, that looks like.
Yeah, that fastball up high like that is hard to hold off on. Comes back, same pitch. Jimenez hits it. It is fair. The first baseman misses it. And there's a play at first, and they say, yes, he is out. So Williams came off the mound to back up and happened to be there for the bobble. First baseman able to turn and still complete the play. The Riders strand another runner at third base. They're down 5-0. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th here on NETSN.
is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums,
We're going all the way.
your favorite athletes, your teams,
Ford breaks the tackle. Oh my God.
your passion, all in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Pick up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the filter.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
Everybody, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Of course, this series brought to you by Sabine State Bank. Steve Waters and the folks over there be happy to do some business with you.
And this one fouled back right at us. So the count now 1-1. Link still on the mound, doing a good job here.
Yeah.
For the Riders, pitching to contact, pitching pretty efficiently. We just had a couple of spots hit where there wasn't nobody. Big curveball from Link,
nice.
And it breaks in for strike 2. That was a beautiful pitch.
Yes, it was.
Comes back with a low fastball. It's fouled down the first base line and out of play. And strike 3. Lane's going to make sure. And there it is. So another K for Link.
Those brought to you by Twice the Ice.
Tell you what, it's getting ice weather. Head by Twice the Ice and fill up those ice chests. Everybody headed to the lake this weekend, I hope. A little spring fishing season is on. All right, one away. This is hit foul into the parking lot. Tell you what else, I get a lot of water at Twice the Ice. They've got filtered water. You can fill up gallons or 5 gallons. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch from Link. And this one skips in, 1-2. Can still see the water on this turf. It hasn't dried out much out there.
Nope.
There is not a breath of wind.
Oh.
And that one got away from Link. He asking for a new ball. That's definitely, that one's wet. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's kind of an almost fog underneath the lights. It's just the humidity is about 99% right now. Everything is damp. All right, so the count's 2-2 to the batter. We have one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Fastball right back to Link. He stabs it, goes one. Nice play by the pitcher. He was falling away from that ball, just kind of threw the glove out, able to stab it, knock it down on the turf, picked it up, and made the play. 2 outs. All right, so looks like we got a
number 21.
So this will be a pinch hitter. I'm assuming it's senior night, and Coach is working all his seniors in. I hope that's the case.
Right.
He gets a big ovation from the Hudson fans.
Cutter Warren, I believe he said his name was.
Young man's name is Cutter. He's holding the bat one-handed, folks. So his left arm, or excuse me, his right arm, he can't use it. He has a massive wrap on the arm, and he's swinging one-handed with his left hand only from the left side. And that one comes inside and misses. It's 2-0. If this kid walks, these Hudson fans are going to go ballistic.
Yeah.
He gets a hit. Wolf's going to have to throw him out. He can fly. Hey, I'm going to give credit. That young man was headed down the line. He hit a ball hard, one-handed. Easton Wolf had to get on his horse to throw him out, and he tips his hat to the crowd, as he should. I don't know him, but I got a lot of respect for that guy. 5-0, the Riders find themselves down. We got one more at bat here in the top of the 7th from Hudson.
So what do you get with Sabine State Bank? Well, Steve Waters and his staff, they know you. They know you by name. And they celebrate the successes when they finance your dreams. But Sabine State Bank is also a fully modern bank with 24-hour online access to your accounts and services ranging from teller services to some of banking's more complicated things. Looking for a place to grow? It's Sabine State Bank.
Hope Community Medicine is a nonprofit faith initiative with a primary mission of providing quality health care to the people of East Texas, regardless of race, religion, socioeconomic status, or ability to pay. At Hope Community Medicine, they want to be the leading deep East Texas care provider, recognized for their outstanding patient care, innovative technologies, programs, and medicines, as well as a highly motivated and distinguished staff. Hope Community Medicine, founded in faith.
We take our cars for granted, but what happens when they won't start, or they won't run, or they won't turn off, or you get the lights on the dash that say something's wrong and you don't know what to do with it? East Texas Auto Care. It's on Tenaha Highway as you leave town on the left, and they can take care of everything. The trained technicians understand the complicated electronics as well as the engine itself. The Mendoza family would love to take care of you and your vehicle at East Texas Auto.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
All right, everybody, so we're going to have, who do we have, Lock?
Holloway's going to lead things off here in the 7th inning. This is the last swing for the Rough Riders. They're down 5 runs. So it'll be Holloway, Chandler, and Radney, 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Now, we've seen Holloway get some rallies started.
And the big curveball, strike 2. So I want to mention the young man that just grounded out to end the 6th inning, his name is Cutter Warren. Found out during the break he is the #1 player in Hudson. Broke his hand sliding into a bag in the first game of his senior year of baseball. Has not been able to play. So here on senior night, his coach gave him an opportunity to have an at-bat. He did it one-handed, grounded out to short. But what a story for that young man. Cutter Warren, proud of that. I know his family was proud. Huge ovation from the home stands here. It's kind of a neat moment to see. All right, so one away brings up Chandler. Chandler hits this a mile high. Get out of the park, get out of the park, get out of the park. And my goodness, the left fielder was doing 90-0, and Wagner almost made the play. He got a glove on the ball and actually overran it. He was coming so hard. So Chandler's going to get another chance.
Have an abbreviated Aurora Concepts post-game show because we're going to get all the equipment up and out of here.
Yeah.
We will have our Center Motor Company player of the game, which we're relative, unless
we have some heroics here in the 7th.
Right, it's going to be set and link.
And I think that was a curveball that did not curve. Came in kind of with a little bit of a cutter action. It just broke just slightly right at the plate. Just like that one, and that one got in the dirt. So 2-1 to Chandler. You can see the pitchers asking for dry balls here. It's just so hard with the humidity, and the ground is wet, and there's not much they can do. Everybody's got little rags in their pockets trying to keep their hands dry.
Looks like Barnes is going to get an opportunity to bat here next.
And Chandler hits this one down the left field line. It's going to stay fair, and the left fielder makes the play. So Wagner able to chase one down. We've seen his speed, and it's going to be hard to put one past him. So there's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Zy Barnes is going to get a pinch hit.
Now batting number 8, Zy Barnes.
We'll see if Zy can get something going. So I think Zy's what, 6'1", 6'2", probably. Oh gosh, he's a monstrous 115 maybe.
Yeah,
dripping wet.
In basketball, he was 6'3".
6'3". A swing and a miss. His pants are not pulled up. That's the longest pair of pants the Rough Riders own.
Right.
And the curveball, strike 2. Came way inside, and he's going to get the call anyway. So 0-2 count, 2 outs. That's the ball game, a swing and a miss. And Hudson's going to take the victory 5-0. That puts the Rough Riders in a extremely difficult position as the district race is coming to a close. Counselor, what do you think?
Well, I'd like to thank Steve Waters at Sabine State Bank for bringing us this ball game. They will bring the ball game on Tuesday when these Hudson Hornets come to center. But now we're going to go do the Aurora Concepts post-game show right now.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointment, mobile vaccine units, sports physicals, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
Welcome back, folks. It's the Aurora Concepts post-game show here live on NETSN. Something to smile about, brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental. We have a whole host of things to smile about. We have some great steak sandwiches and
funnel cake fries.
Funnel cake fries.
I don't know that we've seen those anywhere but here in Hudson, and they are fantastic.
They are. We have we had the Marine Corps here.
That's right. The Marines were passing out Chick-fil-A meals to everybody in the stands. You know, just a lot going on here in Hudson, Texas.
So that's brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental. We'll hear from them, and we'll come back with more of the post-game show here live on NETSN.
At Wyndham Family Dental, it's always about family. Their family welcomes you. Their family takes care of you. At Wyndham Family Dental, it comes down to this.
If you have something to smile about, smile.
Aurora Concepts, we offer full-service primary care. And we provide physicals for student athletes for every sport. Aurora Concepts, let us take care of you.
Everybody, welcome back to Aurora Concepts postgame show. Our Center Motor Company player of the game, I think we decided, was Sutton Link.
Absolutely. Link pitched a great game, folks. I know the score is 5-0, but Link
gave up 5
was
hits.
Pitching well. Yeah, gave up 5 hits, and they scored 5 runs. Link had a series of strikeouts sponsored by Twice the Ice and pitched a great game. Curveball was working. Got in a little bit of a bind in the first inning. It was wet and raining, and on this turf, he really couldn't get his footing down. But once he did, he pitched a great game, pitched a complete game for the Riders. So absolutely, Sutton Link, congratulations, our player of the game.
All right, folks, we'll hear from JBA Financial and Center Motor Company, and then we'll come back and we will close the show out here.
Life is all about planning, and JBA Financial Services is here to help you with your financial future. Call or come by today to set up a consultation and discover what it's like to deal with the experts when it comes to investing for retirement or quality life and health insurance products. John Black, Jason Locke, and Michael Black are your experienced JBA Financial Services representatives, helping you to make the right choice for over 30 years, right here at home. JBA Financial Services, working to secure your family's future.
When you think Center Motor Company, Billy Don, what do you think?
Trucks, and more trucks.
They have pre-owned vehicles.
Yep, and a lot of them's are trucks from all brands, makes, and models. But the Ford trucks, man, they got a fleet of them.
Yes, they do.
Come on down to the corner of Hutchinson and Hurst, Center Motor.
Nobody wants to be sick, but at least at Aurora Concepts, being sick is easy. From their spacious waiting room to their experienced and friendly staff, they care about you, they listen to you, they're here for you. From start to finish, that's the experience at Aurora.
Head start.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Aurora Concepts post-game show. We're wrapping it up here. Jason Locke, the Rough Riders fall 5-0 here to these Hudson Hornets.
Yeah, it was a long night, but we saw some good things. Sutton Link pitched well. We made some good plays in the outfield. Wolf had a couple of decent hits, and they're just not able to put things back to back. And those gaps is where ball games are won or lost. Unfortunately, didn't go the Riders' way. That puts them 0-7, I believe, in the district race. So things are getting pretty tight. Got a couple of games left. We'll be back in center on Tuesday night to play these Hudson Hornets again. So come out and support your Riders.
That's right. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Sabine State Bank, which is our title sponsor. Thanks to Aurora Concepts, Wright Chrysler, Dodge Jeep Cherokee, and Farmer State Bank, and all of our other sponsors. We look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday as we try to snatch one from these Hornets. See you then.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Pineywood Sports Network, an affiliate of NETSN. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.